Where did the Igbo people first emerge within Igboland? For believers in the autochthonous theory of Igbo origin, the key to confirming their theory is hidden within Igboland itself. They believe there was a single ancestral homeland from which the Igbo spread across present-day southeastern Nigeria. This, they say, is the oldest settlement in Igboland. But where was this homeland? Was it in Awka, Orlu, or perhaps a wider heartland that connected a number of areas? This question has fascinated many historians, archaeologists, linguists, and Igbo scholars for generations. Unlike many other peoples, the Igbo do not share one common oral tradition that traces all communities back to a single origin. Instead, many Igbo communities have their own distinctive stories about how they have always lived or came to live where they are today. Archaeological discoveries appear to support some of these views. Evidence of human activity has been found in Igboland dating back tens of thousands of years. At Ugwuele in Okigwe, Stone Age tools suggest human presence that may go back more than 200,000 years. Other discoveries of pottery, stone tools, and evidence of early settlements across present-day Enugu and Ebonyi states points to a very long history of habitation. Because of this, many supporters of the autochthonous theory believe that finding the oldest continuous settlement areas in Igboland may help us trace the earliest beginnings of the Igbo people and better understand how Igbo ancient culture developed. In this video, we will examine the four main theories about the oldest settlement in Igboland and look at the evidence used to support each one. Please take a moment to like this video. I need all the support I can get. Thank you. Several modern studies seem to agree on one important point. The Igbo people are indigenous to their homeland and have occupied parts of Igboland for many millennia. This is the autochthonous theory of Igbo origin. The debate among those who believe in this autochthonous origin of the Igbo people is now about where within Igboland the earliest centers of Igbo civilization developed and how Igbo culture spread from those centers. By studying oral traditions, language patterns, cultural similarities, archaeological discoveries, and population distribution, scholars have proposed several possible regions as the cradle of Igbo civilization. Many researchers believe there is a core area of Igboland that served as the foundation of later Igbo development. This core area is usually identified as the belt formed by Owerri, Orlu, and Okigwe, sometimes extending toward Awka. This is referred to as the Igbo Heartland. The people within this belt generally do not possess traditions of migration from outside the region. Instead, they often claim autochthony, meaning they believe their ancestors originated where they currently live. Within this broader debate, four major theories have emerged. One of the most important theories places the earliest center of Igbo civilization in the Amaigbo and wider Orlu-Isu region. Supporters of this view point to the Isu people, who occupy a large and continuous area stretching across central Igboland. According to scholars such as Professor John N. Origi and the British anthropologist Daryl Ford, the Isu people appear to be one of the largest and most widespread groups in Igboland. Their distribution has led some historians to suggest that many of the cultural and social features shared by different Igbo communities may have originated among the Isu before spreading outward. Oral traditions from the Orlu area preserve the memory of a figure known as Igbo Ngidi. According to these traditions, Igbo Ngidi was a highly advanced individual who possessed both spiritual and scientific knowledge. He is said to have founded Amaigbo, meaning home of the Igbo. From this center, he established blacksmithing hubs, agricultural systems, trading activities, and religious institutions. These traditions describe Amaigbo as an important center of innovation and development. The same traditions also claim that Igbo Ngidi later established another settlement called Igbo Ukwu, meaning Great Igbo, in celebration of his achievements. According to this account, the descendants of Igbo Ngidi multiplied and gradually spread throughout present-day Igboland. The people are said to have called themselves Umu Igbo Ngidi, meaning children of Igbo Ngidi, which was eventually shortened to Umu Igbo. Supporters of this theory therefore see the Amaigbo Orlu region as one of the strongest candidates for the earliest center of Igbo civilization. Another influential theory places the cradle of Igbo civilization in the Owerri region. This view is supported by both indigenous traditions and academic scholarship. Those who support the Owerri theory argue that the region displays some of the most developed forms of Igbo language and culture. They see it as an area where core Igbo traditions reached a particularly high level of refinement. The region stretches roughly from the Urata area toward Umuahia and includes many communities that preserve traditions of ancient settlements. Historian Elizabeth Isiche is among the scholars associated with this perspective. She suggested that the roots of Igbo civilization may lie somewhere within the Owerri-Umuahia axis. According to this theory, the original population expanded outward from this region over time, moving northward, southward, eastward, and westward. As these populations spread, they carried with them the cultural practices, language patterns, and social institutions that would become characteristic of the wider Igbo world. Supporters of the Owerri theory therefore see the area as the point from which much of Igbo civilization radiated outward. A third theory places the earliest center of Igbo civilization in the Awka and Nri region. This theory argues that the Awka-Nri axis represents one of the oldest continuously occupied parts of Igboland. The people of this region also maintain traditions of autochthony. Their migration stories generally involve movement over relatively short distances rather than migration from far away. Supporters of this theory point to several important factors. One is the long-standing reputation of Awka as a center of ancient iron working and blacksmithing. For centuries, Awka smiths were known throughout Igboland for their skill and craftsmanship. Another factor is the emergence of Nri as an important religious and ritual center. The Nri civilization played a major role in shaping many aspects of traditional Igbo religion, law, and social organization. The region also benefits from its location around the Omambala and Ezu river systems, which would have supported early settlement and economic development. Because of these factors, supporters argue that the Awka-Nri region may represent one of the earliest centers from which important elements of Igbo civilization emerged. The fourth theory attempts to bring together evidence from several regions. Rather than identifying a single town or district as the origin point, it proposes that the wider belt stretching from Awka through Owerri, Orlu, and Okigwe formed the true heartland of Igbo civilization. This view is associated with scholars such as K.O. Dike, P.A. Talbot, and Chikezie Uchendu. According to this theory, archaeological, botanical, anthropological, and cultural evidence points to continuous human settlement throughout this broader region from prehistoric times until the present day. Uchendu described the belt formed by Owerri, Awka, Orlu, and Okigwe as the nuclear area of Igbo evolution. One important observation supports this argument. Communities within this belt are usually small in size, but extremely densely populated. This pattern suggests very long periods of continuous habitation, during which villages repeatedly divided into smaller autonomous communities. Outside this core belt, communities tend to occupy larger territories but often have lower population densities. Supporters of the Heartland theory argue that this pattern reflects a much longer history of settlement within the Owerri, Awka, Orlu, Okigwe zone than in surrounding regions. Rather than searching for a single village where the Igbo began, this theory sees the entire Heartland belt as the area where Igbo civilization gradually emerged and evolved over many thousands of years. The search for the oldest settlements in Igboland remains one of the most important questions in Igbo history. The Amaigbo Theory points to the Isu-Orlu region. The Owerri Theory emphasizes the Owerri-Umuahia axis. The Awka Theory highlights the importance of Awka and Nri. The Heartland Theory combines all these regions into one broader zone of ancient settlement. What connects all these theories is their acceptance of one central idea, that the Igbo people developed within Igboland itself and have occupied their homeland for many millennia. Archaeological discoveries, linguistic evidence, cultural continuity, and oral traditions all point toward a very deep history in the region. While scholars may continue to debate which settlement was the oldest, the evidence increasingly suggests that the story of the Igbo people began not outside Igboland, but within the heart of Igboland itself. So what do you think? Which of these theories is the most likely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.